Madara Samafe. I am an admin at the Marriage Seal Academy. And today, once again, I have the privilege, the honor. What word do you want to use to introduce to you someone very special? The last time you saw me, I introduced him to you as a business guru. Today, I have the privilege of introducing Mr. Kunle Ologe, the marriage counselor. So welcome, sir. Once again, we have met at under the spotlights.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be here speaking to the world, speaking to you. Nice to speak to you again, Madara.
Honor is mine. So the last time we met, we were a business group. We were telling them tricks, tips, what to do, what not to do. Today, we're going to show them a different side.
Yes, so of course, I'm a marriage counselor and a business mentor. And yes, the last time we met, we were talking business. Today, we're talking marriage.
So, as a marriage counselor, where do you know your past? You came from Zenith Bank, you came from money, you came from where people be like, bankers, why would you leave that to enter a private business to be a marriage counselor? But here you are, you've been running this for quite a while and everything has been going smooth. So tell us, why marriage counselor? Where did that come?
I think it stemmed from my own marriage. So when I got married, we had proper premarital counseling. We were able to prepare properly for our marriage. So we got into marriage and we kind of knew what to do part-time. But I started to see friends, family members, and people that I know having challenges with their marriage. And these challenges were challenges that we faced, and we overcame them with the knowledge that we had very easily, but they couldn't overcome it. And I just wondered what exactly was happening. And I got to find out that the problem was that they didn't have the kind of knowledge that we had before we got married. So their orientation was different from our own orientation. And so I began first to just talk to people, just when people have marital problems, I just tell them how to go about it. And I found out that this was actually working. People's marriages were getting better. So it became a passion for me. And the passion eventually drove me to study, and then the study eventually drove me to doing it full time, which is what I am doing now.
There is school, but you said you went to study.
Oh yes, I did. I had a certification in counseling from the Blackford Institute, South Africa. So yes, I had to go, I had to study, and now I'm practicing what I studied.
So this led to the Marriage Seal Academy.
Yes, this led to the Marriage Seal Academy itself. Of course, it didn't start as the Marriage Seal Academy, it just started as me. And then as time went on, I saw the need to structure it properly and then to eventually register it and have it full-blown as an academy. So the Marriage Seal Academy is an academy for married and eligible singles. And things we do span from doing premarital counseling, for eligible singles, marriage counseling for already married couples. We have books. I've written over 12 books on marriage that we have. We have courses on finance, on communication, on sex in marriage, on conflict resolution. Those are available for people to access online. And then our flagship program, the Couple Conclave, it's an annual program that spans from January to November every year, 11 months. And in there, we give couples what they need to rejuvenate and keep their marriages accountable. I mean, for that program, you get daily tips on marriage, you get weekly bonding activities, you get monthly webinars, master classes that focus on a particular thing in marriage per time. You get book reading and reviews. You get discounts on our courses and every product that we have at the Marriage Seal Academy. And then, of course, most interestingly, once in a year, we go for a physical retreat where we come together. This year, we just had a retreat recently, and it was at the beautiful Ekpe Resort. Last year, it was at the beautiful Zuma Rock Resort. So we just find a resort every year and come together, and it's a beautiful time. So the Couples Conclave is a holistic program, that keeps couples accountable.
So I was doing my research and I found out that when the Couples Conclave started, it was like a 3-month program. It wasn't 11 months. So what inspired you to change the duration of the program?
Yeah, so the Couples Conclave actually started as a 3-month program. So we held it 3 times in a year, 3 months and a month break, then another 3 months. And people who participated in it wanted more. And they said, you know what, this program is too good to just be a once-off program. Can this program become lifelong? And we sat down at the academy, looked at it, and saw that truly there was a need for that program that will just keep couples accountable all their lives. And so we decided to expand it from that 3-month program to an annual program. And so couples just come in, and do the annual program from January to November, take a break in December, and they come in again in January, and it's continuous like that, lifelong. And it holds the hands of those couples and helps them throughout their marriages. So even when challenges come, you know that there is somewhere, there's a community that you can look up to that can help you. There's a reference point for you. So it was actually prompted by people who actually, voiced out the need to have something like that. And we looked at it and saw that this need was real. So we made it an annual program.
So what do you say for couples that say, oh no, I registered this year, there's no need to come next year, maybe in 2 years or 3 years time? How do you get them to say, no, you need to come back every year?
So the truth of the matter is that we don't even need to get them to come back. They just come back on their own. Now, the Marriage Seal Academy as a whole is a Bible-based academy, and the things we do are inspired by the Word of God. Now, the Word of God is one word, but it renews itself in people's life continuously. And that is also the same thing that happens in the Marriage Seal Academy. So every year there are new things that we are doing, there are fresh things that we are doing. So there's new inspiration, and so no year is the same. Each year comes with its own inspiration and its own activities. Yes, of course, there's a structure, a general structure for it. Oh, by the way, the Couples Conclave is an online program. It's 95% online. So people join from all over the world. This year, for instance, we had 234 couples joining from all over the world. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can join because it is online. The only physical part of the Couples Conclave is the physical retreat. And for those who are available, they can come. This year we had about 22 couples, all together. That's about 44 people in the resort. So that's how it goes. So it's always new. Every year is new. No year is the same. And the couples who have been there, the 3 years that this has held, they have seen it, evolve each year. So you know that you are coming for a refreshing. You know that you are coming for something that you can't find anywhere else. And that is why they come back.
So this year you had 234 registered couples for the couples. So how do you handle this? How do you handle different people with different backgrounds, different learning processes? How do you handle all their issues within that 11 months, making sure that you can register again next year happy and that you got something out of the experience?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And of course, that's why we have a whole team at the Marriage Seal Academy. And so the team works, we all work together and try to ensure that everybody gets to have value on what it is that we're saying. The truth of the matter is that when you have many people with different challenges, yes, that can pose a challenge for us. But what we do is that each person has the opportunity to come in for their own individual counseling, at a discounted price. So eventually, through that year, through those 11 months, you find out that one after the other, each couple comes with their own specific challenges that are not addressed by the general activities that we have. And then I, as a counselor, am able to sit down with them and able to help them to navigate through those challenges. So yes, the team actually works together to ensure that everything goes well. And that is how we're able to handle couples.
To start the retreat, I was on Instagram and I was like, what are these posts I am seeing? What was happening? Where was all this excitement? Where was I? I was tempted to go and find someone to marry. Exactly. So the retreat went from what I could see, it was a very fun experience. Can you tell us what happened? What's the inspiration behind the couples retreat?
Oh, the couples retreat is it's a time to pull couples away from everyday life. Now, what happens to a lot of couples is that the cares of life gets them, and then it stops them from building their relationship. And what a retreat does is it pulls you away from everyday life and puts you in a place where you can focus on you. So we bring them, that's why we go to a resort that is, far away from town. So we put the couples together there. We allow the couples to bond. We speak a little bit to them. We have conversations. There are questions, so you have the avenue to ask questions and everything. And it's just a beautiful time for every couple. This year's one was in Ekpe Resort, and oh my God, the testimonials are still coming in from almost every single couple that came there. I mean, some have come in on the general group, so we have groups, we have a group for the retreat. Some of the testimonials have come in there. Some of the testimonials have come to me privately of people saying, you know what, this is how we came to the retreat. 4 days later, this is how we left. So it was a beautiful time. We've had people saying, looking at the videos and watching the pictures and saying, what did I take? How come I'm so excited? Because everybody came to the retreat and everybody forgot for a while about the things that they needed to do. In fact, when we were leaving on Sunday, people were saying, can we just stay more? And I said, you have work on Monday, go back home. Yeah, so it was exciting. It was a beautiful time. And spiritually, couples were liberated from a lot of strongholds. Couples were uplifted. Couples were able to bear their minds generally, and then during the private times, because we had private time, we were able to bear their minds to each other. It was a beautiful event. No couple should actually miss a retreat like that. It was just simply splendid.
So the year is coming to an end. So the program was from January to November, by October. How has this year's couples conclave been? As a counselor, how do you?
It's been brilliant. I mean, one of the things that you get as a counselor or a teacher generally, because a counselor tends to also fall into the teaching category, is when you get feedback from the people who you are pouring knowledge out to. That's the most valuable thing that you can get from something like this. I mean, I've had marriages that came into the couples conclave almost comatose. Some of them already even had the marriages disintegrate. And then seeing those marriages, because these things come to me just privately, so I'm the only one who gets to know. But seeing these marriages and seeing how they are able to become revived and how they become something beautiful, from something that was almost rotten, it gives you the greatest joy as a marriage counselor. That actually is part of what propels me to do so much more. You see people coming back to say things like, Coach, if only we didn't join the couples conclave, our marriage would have been gone. We hear people saying, I didn't ever think that my marriage could make it anymore. They would join the couples conclave and now it is beautiful. Those are the things that actually make me tick.
After seeing all the Instagram posts, all the Facebook videos, can you give us a little sneak peek? Where is the next couples retreat going to hold? Something to look forward to.
The next couples retreat. Well, yeah, we always plan ahead of time. So already the venue for the next couple retreat is already out. I can tell you that it's going to be in the beautiful city of Uyo, Akwa Ibom State.
So it's good.
Yeah, that's your state. That's why I was smiling. So it's going to be in Uyo, and it's going to be a lovely time. Of course, each retreat gets better by the year. So it's going to be lovely.
So what should next year participants look forward to after registering for the couples conclave and the retreats?
Oh, participants of the 2025 couples conclave are expecting or should be expecting something explosive, something interesting, something out of the blues. I mean, every year is always better than the previous year. Every year we're always having new and better things. We're always having better bonding activities for them to do. And that's why nobody should miss the couples conclave. Already everybody who in the Couples Conclave today joining the Couples Conclave in 2025. And then we want more people to come and join us so that we continue to create a community. I always say that the people that you have around you need to also have the same values that you do. If you do this and invite them, you'll find out that eventually they cannot influence you negatively. But if you leave out the people that are around you, they will influence you negatively. No matter how good your marriage is, it just takes one or two people to say something and break up everything that you have already built. So I would want to say to everybody who is watching us, register for the 2025 Couples Conclave. It's somewhere that you must be, it's somewhere that you should be. It's somewhere that will help your marriage. It will hold your hands as a couple all year round, every year as it comes. So it's for life, it's lifelong. Remember, the Couples Conclave is a lifestyle. It's not just a program, it's actually a lifestyle. For more information on the Couples Conclave, please see the number that is scrolling on your screen right now and the details for registration. See you at the Couples Conclave 2025. Please enjoy.
Hello, we are Mr. and Mrs. Ebuka Ede.
Yeah.
And the Couples Conclave for us has been a place of accountability.
With you this evening is the family of Ayodej and Tolu Lopelchu. We want to tell you that Couples Conclave is a place to be. This is where you have more information about family life, how to develop your family, and how to live a very peaceful family with your wife and with your children.
So the Couples Conclave have helped us tremendously. We joined this year actually, and from January till now, things have changed in our marriage. At least communication is the vital part now.
I'm Mrs. Uzamaka Omiale.
And I'm John Omiale.
And for us, the conclave, the Couples Conclave is a place of submission, because we are marriage counselors and you don't really want to be listening to yourself alone. You also want to listen to someone or to speak to you, because really nobody knows it all.